All right, now let me show you this piece. This piece is from Big Bear Performance, Big Bear Chopper, some of you may know them as. This is a axle nut locker. And what this basically does is a really simple machined piece. And all that it does is it goes over your axle. It's got all these different grooves in it here. And what these grooves are is to give you some kind of universal play. Because you'll see that it can slide over your axle nut that way, in this position. So basically, it just allows you the flexibility and the freedom to be able to move this thing where it needs to be in order for it to lock up. Now, this is the concept of it. What you're looking at right there is exactly what it's supposed to do. What it does is it locks into it goes around your axle nut right there, and then it uses the shock mount bolt right there, and then the shock bolt itself will go right through that piece. And then what that will do is prevent the axle from, when you get on it, hard start, you drop the clutch, whatever it may be, what it'll do is it'll prevent the axle from being able to rotate on itself and the belt getting loose. Realistically, it's not the greatest of designs from Harley to have just this little piece right here, because this is really all that's stopping it. But these aren't intended to really like get on them and drop the clutch. You know, that's not what the intent of them is for. So this is really all that's stopping it. So when you get on it hard, if you get on it hard enough, it's going to roll, it's going to rotate, and then you're going to have a loose belt. So that's what this piece does, is it eliminates that. You just slide it right over the axle nut like that, and then you find where you can lock it in and where it'll fit correctly, and you tighten it down. Now, the ideal situation for these is to get it right. These things will rotate forward like so. The axle will want to rotate in this direction, in a clockwise direction. And so the ideal situation for these is to get them right around there, so that if it does decide to move, you also have this piece of metal right here on the end that's going to stop it from going up in this direction. It could theoretically move if you have it kind of up in here, because it's got this to kind of slide forward. But really this is the optimal, but really it's probably not going to go anywhere. So nice little addition by Big Bear Performance. Really simple piece, not a lot to it. As you can see, a well machined piece, simple but very effective. If you're going to be dropping the clutch, doing burnouts, any of that sort, I highly recommend that you get something like this. Comes in very handy. So for me and my setup, I'm going to have to leave it set right around there. You can see the wear marks that I have on it from where I've tightened it down before. But for my setup, because I have these reservoir mounted shocks, and these shocks have this kind of big wide body on them, I can't allow it to rotate up anymore, because what it'll end up doing is it'll hit the shock body, so it won't be straight. So I've got to get this piece below the body of the shock. So for this to work for me on my application, right there set, honestly, optimal position is down there in the back, but once I put this on, I've never had the axle rotate on me, and I'm pretty aggressive, I'm pretty hard with the thing, but very good addition. Let me get this thing bolted up here, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's all set in place. But you can see what's happening here is we're going to put the shock bolt right into the mounting location on the swing arm, and that piece is going to lock the axle all in place, and you can have some more confidence that you can drop the clutch, hammer down a little bit more, and the axle is not going to rotate on you.